Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you haven't been here before then just welcome. So as you can probably see by the title, today I'm going to be bringing you a full face of Charlotte Tilbury glowy, beautiful glowy makeup. So there's not much point in really talking about it, I'm just going to dive straight in. So if you want to see how I go from this to this, then keep on watching. So I'm just going to clip my hair out of the way because I hate that. Oh, also, by the way, I'm well aware that I do not match my face, so let's just get that out of the way. I did put a little bit of the Supermodel body onto my chest, that's why I'm looking a good bit darker. So I am going to be going in with my skincare then as well. I just thought that I would cover that, seeing as Charlotte Tilbury is so well known for her skincare. So the first thing I'm going to go in with is the Charlotte's Magic Serum. I'm just taking a couple of drops, rubbing it into my hand, and I really am just going to kind of press this into my face. And I'm just following it up then with Charlotte's Magic Eye Rescue. I'm just going to take a teeny weeny amount of this, and using my ring finger I'm just going to apply it underneath the eye, along the orbital bone. Do I sound fancy? I'm going to be saying Charlotte Tilbury a lot in this video, so sorry in advance. But I am going to go in with Charlotte's Magic Cream. So this one is the original moisturizer. In the summer there, she did come out with Magic Cream Light. It would be more so for anybody who would be on a more normal to combination skin type. But this one is perfect for me because my skin is dry. Moving away from skincare then, let's get some makeup on. So I do first and foremost need to even out my skin tone. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, and I am using the shade 4. It is a little bit warmer for my skin tone. It's in a lovely kind of sallow shade, and I'm just going to begin blending this out with my foundation brush. So Flawless Filter, it can be used underneath your foundation like I'm doing now. You can also mix it into your foundation, and you can use it on top of your foundation. Really versatile product, so you really can just use it however you want. I am so excited to put like loads of makeup on today. For my foundation then today, I am taking the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I do have a first impressions review of this on my channel, so you can check that out if you want more information on the foundation. But I'm going to be going in with the shade 5.5 Neutral, as it's going to suit my tan best. So I'm just going to drop a little bit everywhere and then just start to blend it out from the center outwards. So this is a full coverage matte foundation, although I have to say it's not just like your average kind of full coverage foundation. It really just sits so beautifully on the skin. It's still nice and radiant, but definitely has more of a matte finish. That's why I put quite a lot of glow on underneath my foundation. So for my concealer today then, I'm going to be going in with the Magic Away Concealer. I'm using the shade 3. It is a fraction lighter than my skin tone, or well, my foundation, as I want that kind of brightness under the eye. So I've just ran a little bit over my eye area then as well, just so that whenever I'm going in with my eyeshadow later on, then it's going on to a super smooth base. Okay, so before I go in with any powder products to set anything in place, I'm just going to do some cream contouring. So this is the Hollywood Contour Wand. This is in the shade Fair to Medium. These sort of my cheekbones there. I am going to aim just ever so slightly higher just to give my face that more lifted appearance. And then I'm also going to drop it right the way across the forehead, around the nose area, and just a little bit on the jawline. So let's blend it out. So I'm just taking my foundation brush as before. You can use a beauty blender, whatever, if you want. So hopefully you'll be able to see here how easy this is to blend out. It has to be one of the easiest like contour products, especially cream products, that I've used. Oh my god, look at that, it just blends so easily. Then in the same kind of category, except this is a highlighter wand, I'm going to be going in with the Beauty Light Wand. This is in the shade Spotlight. I'm just going to pop it across the top of my cheekbones, on the cupid's bow, a little bit on the nose, and just a tiny wee bit actually above the eyebrow as well. So I am looking at pretty glowy and fairly full coverage, I would say. So I am just going to go ahead and set it in place using the Airbrush Flawless Powder. As you can see, mine is very well loved. I use it every day without fail. Now I'm just going to start off with it underneath my eyes. I am using the shade Fair, but you can see like how matte that looks already, but it does exactly what it says on the tin. It is called the Airbrush Flawless Powder, and it is one of my favourite products. Dropping a little bit around the nose area, a little bit on the chin. I'm just going to run a light amount just up the middle of the forehead there. Okay, so enough about that. I am going to add a little bit of colour back into my face. I'm looking pretty all one shade at the minute. So I am going to be going in with the Airbrush Flawless Bronzer. I mean, if anything in this video, you can't say I'm not telling you about products that I don't already use and love. So this bronzer is no exception. This one is in the shade Medium 2. And I'm just going to kind of lightly dust, again keeping it relatively high up. Just so beautiful. It's just it's a perfect colour for me. It does come in 4 different colours, so there's one lighter than this, there's 2 darker than this then as well. Okay, so that's my face, as you can tell, pretty bronzed up. I'm going to leave my base here for now and circle back to it in a little while, but for now I'm going to move on to my eyes. I'm just going to quickly do my brows off camera and I will be back in a second. Okay, so I'm back and I've got my brows on, obviously, and for my brows then I did use the Brow Lift from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Luscious Brows, and then I went over the top of that with the Legendary Brows. So the look that basically I want to create today is called the Bella Sophia look. So Charlotte named this one after her 2 nieces, who are so gorgeous. This is what the palette looks like here. Now it's, again, very well loved. I am however going to go in with a couple of bits before I go in with that palette, just to really make the palette pop and make my eyes pop as well. So for those of you that don't know as well, basically what a Charlotte Tilbury look is she has these 10, there's a few more than 10 now, but she has these basically 10 iconic looks. So they range from, there's one called the Supermodel, there's one called the Bombshell, there's the one I'm doing called the Bella Sophia, and they are essentially makeup bags that are already pre-made for you so that you can just essentially shop the look. So if, for example, you like the eyeshadow and the blusher and the lipstick that I'm kind of using today, then you can buy that as a set, which I think is such a genius idea. Before I go in with that palette, as I say, I want to lay down a couple of products beforehand. So I am going to be going in with the Pillow Talk palette. So this is the Instant palette, and I'm just going to take this shade here. As you can see, I actually probably will buy a new palette just for this color. And I'm just going to start working it into the crease. Just zoomed in a wee bit closer so you can see what I'm doing, so we can get nice and personal. But I'm just going to start blending this into my eye, as I said. Following on from that shade then, I'm just going to take a little bit of this one, and I mean like a little bit. Because the colours in the Bella Sophia palette, they are all shimmer, so I do want to lay down a few matte shades before I start working them into the eye. I am kind of flicking these products out quite far, just because I really love that kind of like pulled up smoky eye. Okay, so next up then, before I go in with the palette, I'm going to take an Eyes to Mesmerize. This one is in the shade Amber Gold, so it's just like a really super lovely bronze. Now obviously you can skip like all of these steps and then just go straight in with the eyeshadow. It is totally up to you, but I set out with a mission to put as much makeup on as I possibly could, so I'd really be doing an injustice to myself if I didn't use one of these. So I've just got a tiny bit, to be fair, and I'm just going to put it kind of all over the eye. Great thing about these is you can, I'm obviously using a brush here, but you can use your finger with them. They're so great, and they don't crease, which is even better. I'm just going to run a little bit of that cream shadow underneath my eye then, just to match the other side. It's finally time. Let's go into the Bella Sophia palette. So I am going to be working clockwise. I'm going to use this colour, and then this one, and then we're going to finish off with that gorgeous pop shade. So I'm just taking the prime shade, which, as I say, is this shade here, and I'm just going to start by running it underneath the eyebrow, just for a little bit of a highlight, and I'm going to put some on the inner corner here as well. I'm going to put quite a lot on the inner corner. I want it nice and bright. I do think Charlotte's eyeshadows are just incredible as well. They are so easy to use and they blend so well together. So just going in with the enhanced shade then, and I'm taking a Charlotte Tilbury blender brush just to do that. I'm going to pick up a little bit at a time of this product, and I'm going to kind of work this into the crease, kind of the same kind of style that we've been doing before, but just not bringing it up as high, so that we can see the kind of gradient of all those colours. I'm just taking the brush that we used before with nothing extra on it, just to kind of make sure everything's nice and soft. And so I'm just kind of steadily building up that outer corner really with that colour still. So I'm still on the enhanced shade. I'm just picking up a little bit at a time. I think little is definitely more whenever it comes to this palette especially. I think if you go in with too much product too quickly, then it can get a bit messier. So just taking a little bit at a time. And so going in then with the smoke shade from the palette, and taking a Charlotte Tilbury smudger brush as well. And again, I'm just doing the exact same thing, but I'm not bringing it up just as high. And I'm really just going to bury this into that kind of outer corner, into that outer V, and a little bit into the crease. And so I'm basically just going to bring the eyeshadows that I've just used onto the bottom lash line just to really make sure that everything blends together. But before I do that, yes, sorry, I'm taking another product, but I'm going in it with the Classic Pencil. This is in the shade Classic Black. So just kind of like that. Obviously that's unblended, so I'm just going to go back in and work backwards with the colours that I've used. So I'm going in with the Smoke shade. I'm just going to blend that out. Then the Enhanced shade then, so that kind of reddy colour. Bringing it underneath. And then to bring back a little bit of the warmth that we're missing from the top, I'm going back in with the Pillow Talk palette and taking a little bit of this shade here. So the next product then that you get in your look then, this one here, so to match the Bella Sofia eyeshadow palette then you get the Feline Flick. So this one here comes in the shade Panther, which is like a jet black. I've kind of started my line there already from my lower lash line, so whenever I was doing the pencil, I basically kept it going so that I knew exactly where I would want my wing to go, and that's the best way to keep it sort of even on both sides, I guess. So I'm just going to basically trace over where I started that and then work back on it. And so I'm basically just kind of slowly building it up and up and up until I'm happy with the kind of thickness of the liner. I do like quite a thick liner. You can obviously keep it very, very thin. It's totally personal preference. Okay, so I got totally carried away there and started doing like an inner corner point as well, so there's that. But going in with the last shade in the palette then, so this one here is the Pop shade. So this is designed to be used with your finger. But I just want to put that kind of everywhere. I think let's sparkle today, shall we? Okay, next product within the look then is the Full Fat Lashes mascara. So this is a brand new one, so I love that. Okay, so I've zoomed you guys back out so that we can do our lips, cheeks, and then finish off with some setting spray. But the lip trio then that comes with the look, and I should mention just while I'm here that this is the light and the medium look that you can get. You can also get a look that is created for a darker skin tone as well. So the lip liner and the blusher has changed in that one as well. But you can check them all out online. I will leave everything in the description down below. So this one here is the Pillow Talk lip liner. So the lipstick that I'm taking then, this is in the shade Penelope Pink. Again, like I'm nearly at the end of this one. It has been my ride or die, I think, essentially since I fell in love with the brand a couple of years ago. So I absolutely love this lipstick. And it really suits this look perfectly. So just to kind of complete the set then, I am going to go in with the lip luster in the shade Seduction. Again, this is on its last legs, but I have like 2 backups of this because I use it all the time. And I'm just going to kind of apply it into the center. To finish off makeup wise then, I am going to take the Cheek to Chic blusher in the shade Ecstasy. So I'm just going to grab my brush and swish around the outside and apply it to my cheeks. And then I'm just going to pop in the center and pop onto the cheeks. So for the final step then, I love this. If you know me or you follow me on Instagram at all, you will know that this is my newfound obsession, but this is the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. It is incredible. It creates like a film over the skin, but it doesn't feel like you're wearing a setting spray. It doesn't feel like hairsprayish. It just keeps your makeup on for ages. And if you're somebody who is currently wearing masks at the minute, especially for a long period of time, this is really, really great at helping to keep your makeup on, especially in this area whenever you're wearing masks. So I'm just going to do a couple of sprays. Oh, it smells divine. Okay guys, so there we have the finished look. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for a night out in my living room. I just love this kind of makeup. All jokes aside, I just love this kind of makeup. It just makes me feel like I feel 100 times better than I did before I started this video. But anyway, that's enough rambling from me. If you made it to the end of this video, then you deserve a medal or something, because I'm sure I've rambled on for quite a while now about makeup. If you like this look, then go ahead and click that like button, and don't forget to subscribe while you're here. There should be a little button down here, so don't be afraid to go ahead and click that for me as well. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more looks like this, then please do let me know down below. I'm always open to hearing what you guys want to see, and I of course want to create the best content that I can for you, so do let me know what you'd like to see next. And I really hope you enjoyed this look, so take care, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye! I just want to go out and like have a good time now. All dressed up, nowhere to go.